Okay. Good evening. Welcome to the City of Groton Mayor and Council meeting for Monday, April 1st, 2024. It is a hybrid meeting, meaning Zoom and also in attendance, in person. Roll call, we have Councilor Norris, Councilor Sheffield, Councilor Talley, and Deputy Mayor Depot. And so we have a quorum. I'll call the meeting to order at 7:32. And with that, the next item on the agenda is salute to the flag. So please stand and salute the flag. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next is recognitions, awards, memorials. Anybody from the council? Okay, moving on. Next is receipt of citizens' petitions, comments. Receipt of citizens' petitions is a portion of the council meeting where the council welcomes comments from citizens. To address the council, please sign a sheet on the table at the front of the meeting room. When you're recognized, please approach the podium. Clearly state your name and address. Each presentation should be limited to 5 minutes or less, and citizens should, if possible, submit emailed or written comments. Presentations should be related to matters pertinent to the City of Groton. City councilors will only ask questions in order to clarify the speaker's presentation and can respond during the responses to citizens' petition portion of the meeting. Let me get you. Paul, we borrow you. We'll bring this over. You can sit here. We're fairly informal here. Okay,
All right, thank you.
and if you could just state your name and address for the record, please.
Yep. My name is Matt Rembish. Live at 232 Baker Avenue Extension in Groton City. Purpose of my coming down today was regarding the tree trimming near the tennis courts. So I live right behind the tennis courts, and as do a few of neighbors as well. Unfortunately, where it's not a large population because the tennis courts are fairly small. When the letter came out last year, I didn't think too much of it, and then the tree trimming started happening. Like for myself, I've been living in Groton since 2009. The privacy has substantially changed. I have a lot of visibility into the tennis courts now, sitting on my back deck or my pool or just from the house. That's my main kind of concern. There's other secondary concerns as well, with the noise level, the sound is more. The wind has increased. I've actually lost a couple shingles in the past few months because of the higher winds. You can kind of feel it kind of in the house a little bit more. And I know the lighting is gonna start to come soon because you guys keep the lights on till 10, and it was never too big of a deal. But anyway, realistically, it's really like the privacy piece to me is the most important thing. And my ask is that you take into consideration some level of adding additional privacy to the barrier between the fence and the folks that living in the neighborhood right behind. So it's really what I was. I don't know what else. This is my first time ever doing this, so I don't really know if there's other things I should be providing or what you need, but I was hoping you could kind of take that into consideration and think about it, and understand the need for the trimming and what you're trying to accomplish. Just looking for maybe a little support is all.
Okay, are there any questions for clarification? Or do you want to respond?
I'll wait for a response.
Okay. All right, we'll move on to response to citizen petitions, comments. Deputy Mayor Depot.
Well, first, thank you for coming today. I always say not enough people come to speak to the council. We have an open meeting, even though you're only here today, but I wasn't aware that we were removing so much of the trees. I know that blocking the light was a problem on the courts because it was causing buildup on the courts, which was making them hazardous. Is that something that you think a conversation with the director would be sufficient, or do you think we should refer it to committee for the committee to come up with an idea of whether or not we could do something, or?
Well, so let me tell you what we did. We cut those trees that were immediately adjacent to the fence. We looked at topping them. We called a tree company in. We were going to top them. And the tree company said, you do that, you're going to kill them, so you might as well cut them all down. So that's what we did. We cut them in order because we had concerns with the vegetative material and moss and all that was growing, and it was a liability. So that's why we got those trees, just that first group in. The other trees that are behind it, we didn't touch them. Nothing happened to them. They're still tall, they're still big. And so we did cut those trees. And that's it. We're not looking to plant new trees back at this time because I don't want to get back into the situation we had before. So I don't know if that addresses your question or not. But if you want to refer it to a committee, we can refer it to a committee, but the trees are cut.
Okay.
I mean,
Am
Did
I allowed
we-
to speak or? No.
well, not anymore, you're done. But, because this is not meant to go back and
Sure.
forth.
Yeah.
I guess I would like to refer it to committee because I have some questions for the director.
Okay? Want to get to committee referrals? We'll do that.
Okay.
Counselor Sheffield?
My concern, long-term, is we have a potential plan of putting up new tennis courts with a pickleball court. We're not sure when that's going to be implemented, but that's something down the line could be a possibility that may also impact your property. Not sure what, types of, like I said, the lighting and how many different courts are going to be set up. That's something that also has to be thought about as far as, what's going to be around the fencing or how it's going to be all set up to protect your privacy. If that's, anything that's possible that has to be dealt with. But again,
We have replaced the lights and we focused them down more towards the courts to minimize light pollution. But if it's going to get referred to committee, these are all things that can be discussed at the committee. Counselor Norris?
The good thing that it is referred to committee, and with the new pickleball tennis courts, there is soundproofing barriers that could be engineered and would probably add the privacy and the sound that we're bringing up here, but it would have to be something added to the scope of the project, but naturally the committee can discuss that further.
Yep. Anything else? Okay, thank you for coming out.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, we're on to approval of the minutes. I'll take a motion to approve the mayor and council minutes of March 18th, 2024.
So moved.
second,
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Are there any corrections to the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion carries. Take a motion to approve the committee of the whole meeting minutes for March 25th, 2024.
So moved.
second,
Okay, are there any corrections to those minutes? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion carries. Okay, communications and reports. Counselor Talley?
Nothing for me, thank you.
Counselor Sheffield?
Attended the Tasty Tuesday with Woodfellows. Came to City Hall this past Tuesday and had some of their food. And I've heard a lot about it since they're based in New London, across from the courthouse. And very good pizza and grinder. So highly recommended. Hopefully they come back. Thank you. That's all.
Counselor Norris?
Nothing in terms of schedule and activities. However, they did have some folks that I ran into during the week that were interested in receiving some type of update regarding the mold matter at Branford Manor, because they haven't heard anything about that in a while. And also an update as to the projects or CIP projects that are funded by the American Rescue Fund, if there was some type of update on how that is going. I did speak to Finance Director Uhas, who said that some of the things have been taken care of, and he would gladly put something together for another meeting
For the CIPs?
that were funded through the American
Yeah.
Rescue Fund, yes.
Okay, then we can move that. Okay, I'll move the mold to a cow as well. I can give you the information, but there's some specifics that you're probably gonna want. Bottom line is, all the repairs and remediations have been completed. There were over 1,000 inspections that were conducted. There are no current outstanding issues that I'm aware or that have been brought to the building's attention or to Ledge Light, because we're in touch with them frequently. The original deficiencies that were identified by Ledge Light and by the building inspector have all been resolved, and as a result, related is no longer in default. But I will give you some more information on at a cow. Deputy Mayor Depot.
Thank you, Mayor. On March 24th, I was invited to march in the Mystic Irish Parade. I was there with Senator Heather Summers, and Representative Baumgardner was there also, as well as Joe Courtney and Richard Blumenthal, and several of our town councilors. I know we don't usually go as city representatives because it's not in the city, but I thought it would be a nice kind of collaboration with people that we interact with all the time in the town. And it was pretty fun day to get out and see people. And just want to encourage people as the weather gets better to join these community events, because they can be great places to meet other community members and, and also engage with your elected officials. There's a whole group of the town councilors there. So, anyone that wanted to ask questions about something, they were right there to talk to, or our state officials were there as well. On the 22nd, I volunteered for the food box distribution again. That is always on the fourth Friday of every month. And always wonderfully done by United Way. Earlier today, I attended the awarding of the minor facade improvement grant checks with our economic development specialist, Sierra Patrick. The mayor had a meeting, so I attended that, which is really good. Got to see a couple of the local business owners and thank them for applying for that grant and to kind of spread the word about our facade improvement grant. The pictures should go up soon, but the improvements are really nice, and they do make a big difference on these local small businesses in the city. So I just want to encourage anyone who has a small business, if they have an opportunity where they can improve their facade, to talk to our economic development team and possibly apply for a grant to help that. One of the business owners said that they actually did a nicer improvement because they got the grant than they were originally planning to do, because they were able to afford it better to do a little bit nicer improvement. So I thought that was really good, kind of thought, like.
Sure.
On this coming Friday, I just want to plug, we have on April 5th from 6 to 8 p.m., there's a family game night here in the municipal building. There's going to be lots of fun things for all ages. They have cornhole, giant Jenga, tic-tac-toe, giant Connect 4, apples to apples. So they are requesting people to register by tomorrow. So if you're interested and you're looking for something to kick off your April vacation with, we are having a family fun night here in the auditorium, and that is through the Parks and Rec Department. So if you have any questions, feel free to call 860-446-4128, or you can go on our website and register for that. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. There's lots of different games to play. So I just want to encourage people to, again, get involved and meet some other families from their community. I feel like we have a boom of, elementary and middle school kids in our community right now. So if your kids are looking for some friends, there's a lot of options in the city. And that is all.
Okay. So let me add a couple things. Kicking off on Tasty Tuesdays, we have a food truck tomorrow. Chick-fil-A will be back. For those of you that tried to get to Chick-fil-A the first time they were here, they ran out of food. That will not be a problem tomorrow. They're going to be bringing extra help. They'll be here from 12 to 2. Also tomorrow we have a primary, and so the municipal building is a primary location, as well as Thames River Magnet School. And the polls are open from 6 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock at night. Let me get these in order. April 8th, from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, we're going to kick off the Week of the Young Child from 11 o'clock to 2. And then I'll be reading a proclamation, and I'll read that same proclamation at the meeting. On the 14th, we have a farmer's market, which is in the auditorium, and that will go farmer's market is from 11 to 2. The kickoff Week of the Young Child is from 1 to 2. We also have opening day on April 20th. We don't have a start time, but it's usually around 9 o'clock in the morning, and this is for Little League. On the 26th, we'll have another mobile food pantry from 12:30 to 2. And on April 28th at 8 o'clock in the morning, we have the Workers' Memorial. That's on a Sunday this year. And this is up at Washington Park, up by Pavilion 5, up on the hill at the memorial. And going back to the mobile food pantry, if you would like to have food delivered, please give us a call. It's 860-446-4103. So, and that's that. So let's go to committee referrals. Deputy Mayor, you had a referral. You want to refer tennis courts in general to
Yeah, I think just to review what we've done with the tree removal, and look at that project as a whole, what the impact is going to be on the neighborhood.
Sure. And I'll refer that to Parks and Rec.
Yep.
Okay? That's done. Any other committee referrals? All right. Then we will start with new business. Deputy Mayor Depot. 24-4-48.
All right. Resolution R-24-4-48. Therefore be it resolved that the mayor and council finally approve an ordinance approving revisions to the existing electric rate schedule for the City of Groton Department of Utilities Electric Division for all electric service located within the Groton Utilities Service Territory to be effective for electric service billed on and after May 1st, 2024, on and after April 1st, 2025, and on and after April 1st, 2026, and furthermore, that effective May 1st, 2024, this supersedes all previous electric rate ordinances. I so move.
Second.
Okay, hold on. Let me get to Depot's first. Okay, we have a motion and a second. This was discussed at the Committee of the Whole. Is there any additional discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstention? Motion carries. Counselor Talley. Oh, I'm sorry. Deputy Mayor Depot.
You skipped this.
Oh, you're right. Thank you. Let me go back to, well, let's get the vote on this, and then I'll go back to that.
We did vote.
We did vote.
Okay, then before we go to the next one. All right. So, under communication reports is the budget. This is probably the most important thing I'm doing today, is presenting you the budget as required by the charter. So this is, you have the budgets in front of you, and in your binder on the side, you also have the schedule of when we will be briefing the accounts. So this is the mayor's budget message for fiscal year 2024 to 2025. Dear members of the city council, as required by Article 6, Section 2A of the charter, I submit to you the proposed budget for fiscal year 2025, FY 2025. I'm submitting a budget which includes an increase of $745,951 in comparison to FY 2024. The proposed budget is a continuation of services budget that considers changes in the economic climate. The budget also follows its FY 2024 budget with funding for capital projects and continues efforts to reserve funds for future purchases of vehicles. The use of the undesignated fund balance will be $1,900,000. This will leave a healthy reserve of 22.84%, slightly less than FY 2024. Proposed budget would produce an increase of 0.24 mils to a proposed mill rate of 3.91. The mill rate will be reviewed once we receive a 2023 grand list after the Board of Assessment Appeals actions. The city continues to be fiscally responsible. So this is the budget, and we will start with accounts next week. Deputy Mayor Depot.
Is this budget available online for residents yet, or what's the date that that happens?
I don't know if the finance director got it online yet, but as soon as I can get it online, we'll get it there and I'll let people know.
Okay, thank you.
Councilor Norris.
For context, would it be possible to pick an average price of a home in Groton City, let's say $250,000, and say what that person's tax bill is in fiscal year '24, and then with the changes to the mill rate, all that kind of wonderful stuff, project out what it would be for
So the
fiscal year
impact on
25?
taxes,
Exactly. So does it go up $500? Does it go up $100?
understand.
Okay. Thank you.
I'll get the director to do that. Any other questions or comments on the budget? And again, you'll have an opportunity to review the budget. That's why I want to give it to you a week in advance. And then everybody, the department heads, will come in and present their budgets to you and explain the increases. Thank you for reminding me of that. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything else. Well, part of that is I got all this writing on there, but that's no excuse. So anyway, Councilor Talley.
Resolution -24-4-49, therefore be it resolved that the mayor and council finally approve an ordinance approving revisions to the existing electric rate schedule for Basra Light and Power Company to be effective for electric service billed on and after May 1st, 2024, on and after April 1st, 2025, and on and after April 1st, 2026, and furthermore, that effective May 1st, 2024, this supersedes all previous electric rate ordinances. I so move.
Second.
Okay, this was discussed at the Committee of the Whole. Is there any additional discussion? Deputy Mayor Depot.
Just a clerical thing, the words on the third line there for electric service are duplicated. In the therefore be resolved.
Oh, the therefore be resolved. To be effective. So we should get rid of 4 electric service, 4 electric service.
Yeah.
Okay, just get rid of one of them. Okay, yep, okay. Any other questions or comments on this? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, motion carries. Okay, Counselor Sheffield.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution R-24-4-50. Therefore, be it resolved that the mayor and council finally approve an ordinance authorizing the mayor and council to approve increases to retirees' pensions up to and including those retired in 2020, as recommended by the City of Groton Retirement Board. I so move.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. This was discussed during the committee of the whole. Is there any additional discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, motion carries. Counselor Norris.
R-24-4-51, therefore be resolved that the mayor and council provisionally authorize and approve the City of Groton to award the Shore Avenue Seawall Reconstruction Project contract to Arboreal Corporation, 231 Shunpike Road, Cromwell, Connecticut, for the price of $3,593,162.00 and an additional 15% contingency for a total not to exceed $4,132,162.30.
Hold on, could you say that number again, please?
$4,132,136.30,
Okay, thank you.
with $2,700,000 to be paid for with State of Connecticut Department of Energy and Environmental Protection funds, and the remaining to be paid from the set-aside Town of Groton American Rescue Plan Act funds and capital non-reoccurring funds. I so move.
Second.
Phew. Okay. We have a motion and a second. This was discussed during the committee of the whole. Is there any additional discussion? Deputy Mayor Depot.
Since this is such a big project and our funding is split the way it is, I know we don't always get intermittent updates on things, but if we can get even just a short one during your communications once a month, maybe, and where the project stands, I'm a little bit concerned about the set-aside funds from the town of Groton, because they are set aside and earmarked but not allocated necessarily. We don't have them in hand.
I'm ready to answer that. Go ahead and finish. and
Okay,
I'll answer.
my concern is that we don't have those funds in hand. While I do understand that the town manager has been in communication with you, ultimately, I believe the council has to approve that, and so that I have some concerns.
Understand. Counselor Norris.
One, thank you for bringing that up. And two, I also wanted to let the residents know that staff and the mayor really worked hard at pinning down this company and crossing T's and dotting I's in detail to get this to where it is. And I look forward to the project running smoothly, and everyone will be happy down there. So thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah, this has caused internal staff and me lots of angst. So let's talk about the town's obligation. A couple years ago, the town agreed to putting aside $1.4 million out of the ARPA funds. That has not been voted on by the council and approved by the RTM. We should not have any difficulty getting that approved, because if you look at the special act that created the city of Groton, there's a line in there that says that the town is responsible for those monies that are necessary and proper for the repairing and making of roads that are town roads in the city of Groton. And if you really wanted to parse it, the town's responsible for the entire $4.1 million, we didn't want to get into that with all the bonding and things like that. So Town Manager Byrd asked me if we could come up with some of the money. We reached out, and we were able to get to $2.7 million. And then I've talked to Town Manager Byrd. He doesn't think that this is going to be an issue, but he does have to bring it to the council. One of the things I told him is that once this is approved tonight, I will give him the full amount. And if you look at this, it ends up being the 2.7 and 1.4 is over 4.1, with a remainder of $32,136.30. So I went to Director Uhas Tuesday morning of last week, and I said, look, how are we going to do this? Because I don't want to go back to town council and ask for the additional money and go through all that angst. So that's when I said we're going to do the capital non-recurring funds. So we will have that, if it goes over that amount, then we'll have that. Now, it's a 15% contingency. We're not sure we're going to need it, but we don't know what we're going to get once we get inside. What else? Oh, the contractor was notified of their award. We will be having our first meeting with them to come up with a schedule. And once we come up with a schedule, I will ensure that the council is specially briefed, but we're also going to go out, we're determining how far out that we need to go to let residents know. And when I talked to Heidi Camo today, we're looking at everybody on Shore Ave, Tyler, Central Avenue, Beach Pond Road, Eastern Point Road up at the top, South Prospect, North Prospect, Circle Ave, Meach, and Hillside Avenue, rather. So all those people, because they will be impacted when the road's closed, through road closures. And and once I get that information, we will keep the council informed as what's going on. This is a huge project, so we will ensure that we keep you informed. Okay? Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
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 Okay. All right. Deputy Mayor Depot.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution R-24-4-52. Therefore, be it resolved that the mayor and council approve the placement of insurance broker and advisory services with USI Insurance Services, 530 Preston Avenue, Meriden, Connecticut, for policy year July 1, 2024 through June 30th, 2025, for a total annual cost of $62,500 and no cents, to be paid from the operating earnings of each department in the approved fiscal year 2024-2025 budget and succeeding fiscal year 2025-2026 budget and the succeeding fiscal year 2026-2027 budget. I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. This was discussed during the committee of the whole. Is there any additional discussion? Councilor Sheffield.
Just, I guess, the wording, I wasn't sure if we should include their contract with the city of Groton. Because I said we, as brokers, but wouldn't it be for the city of Groton, similar to where the whereas Success has been providing broker advisor services to the city of Groton? Should that be included at we're putting them as our broker for the city of Groton?
Well, it says approve the placement of insurance broker and advisory services.
Yeah, but I figured for the city of Groton, not just leaving it, okay, so what are they brokerage services for? For the city of Groton or for some other, entity, but I was just filling in the blank kind of, but, I mean, if it's not a big deal, then I won't.
Well, I think the motion,
Oh, yeah, the motion
I
speaks
think
for
the
itself, but I
motion
just wanted to-
stands as is written.
Right. I just
mean-
figured to define it to where there are brokerage for the city of Groton. That was my only contention, to fill the blank in, but,
Councilor Norris?
If I may, just to clarify, it does state that in whereas, it talks about that USI Insurance Services to the city of Groton into continuation of services. So I think that may be missed, but it's there in the whereas.
Deputy Mayor Depot, do you want to revise your the motion? Because we can do that, and you are the maker of the motion.
I honestly don't think it's necessary. We as a council vote on services for the city of Groton. We're voting for things for the city of Groton. I think the mayor and council are approving the placement of insurance broker and advisory services with USI. We don't vote for any other entity other than the city of Groton, so I think it's clear enough.
Okay? Any other discussion? Okay, hearing none. All in, Counselor Norris,
I'm sorry.
you beat the gavel?
I just want to ask, do we ever RFP this or RFQ?
We have in the past.
Okay, is there a time frame or a policy as in it's every 5 years, every 3 years?
We don't have anything written, but you can talk to Director Uhas, and next time we can, if council wants to go out with an RFP, we can do that,
Okay, thank you.
or we could review it. Deputy Mayor Depot?
I'm sorry, I just want to make a comment about that. Only because USI has a good reputation, and my only hesitation with going out for a bid is, well, I guess we could go out for a bid. I don't know that we're going to find anyone that's going to come close, one, in price, but two, in their knowledge, because the same people who work on our accounts have worked on our accounts for years, so they know the history of the city. And in my experience in the past, when we've had issues come up, that has been very helpful, their historic knowledge of the city. So I wouldn't be opposed to doing an RFP, but I don't know that we're going to find anything better than that.
Also, from the committee of the whole, I think they dropped their cost for us this year. Counselor Norris?
I only bring it up from the standpoint of what are our procurement policies. That's purely the only reason, because we could say the same thing about whoever provides wood chips,
Sure.
you know, so.
So if you want to reach out about the policy, please reach out to Director Yost. Any other questions or comments on this motion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, motion carries. Counselor Talley?
Resolution 24-4-53, therefore be it resolved that the mayor and council approve the reappointment of Sophia Bowman, 528 Shenecosset Road, Unit G, Groton, Connecticut, as a regular member of the Harbor Management Commission, term to expire on April 5th, 2029. I so move.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. This was discussed during the committee of the whole. Is there any additional discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, motion carries. Counselor Sheffield?
Resolution R-23-4-54, therefore be it resolved that the mayor and council approve the reappointment of Lisa Lambert, 500 Noank Road, Mystic, Connecticut, as a regular member, Youth Advisory Committee, term to expire March 7th, 2026. I so move.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. This was discussed during the committee of the whole. Is there any additional discussion? Deputy Mayor Depot?
I just want to especially thank Lisa for being on this committee. She is a teacher at the middle school, and I know that teachers have a lot of outside of school hours work to do, so volunteering on committees is an extra thing that she doesn't have to do, but she's as a middle school teacher, a valuable voice on the committee, I'm sure, because she sees these kids every day, and so I just want to thank her for spending her time that she probably doesn't have a ton of, helping us help city residents.
Absolutely. Okay, any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, motion carries. Counselor Norris?
R-24-4-55, therefore be it resolved that the mayor and council appoint Lori Slonsky as a regular member to the Youth Advisory Committee for the purpose of advising the mayor and council on issues related to the community's youth, term to expire on April 1st, 2026. I so move.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. This is discussed during the committee of the whole. Is there any additional discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, motion carries. Deputy Mayor Depot?
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution R-24-4-56, therefore be it resolved that the mayor and council approve the appointment of Cameron James, 124 Smith Street, Groton, Connecticut, as an alternate member of the Planning and Zoning Commission, term to expire on June 30th, 2027. I so move.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. This is discussed during the committee of the whole. Is there any additional discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Opposed, abstention, motion carries. Counselor Talley?
Resolution 24-4-57. Therefore be it resolved, the pursuit of green infrastructure, also known as low-impact development on City of Groton, owned parcels to reduce stormwater flooding from previous surfaces shall be implemented. I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. This was discussed during the committee of the whole. Is there any additional discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, motion carries. And with that, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you, council, for coming out.